In the video, I'm going to talk a little bit about Dresden plates, and then I'll show you how to make the Dresden plates that I drew the pattern for. So in the pattern, I didn't tell you this in the video, so I had to add this. I did make a pattern for a 6-inch, a 8-inch, a 10-inch, and also the 12-inch that you're going to see in the video. So this is the 6-inch flower Dresden plate that I made, and this is the 8-inch, and this is the 10-inch. So all of those patterns are, all of the templates are in the pattern that I have included in the description. So just click the link, download the pattern, and make whatever size you want to make. I mean, you can also make this on a 12-inch block if you want it to be small, and put a stem and make it look like a flower, make a couple of them. I think that would turn out really cute. I did hand stitch these down, and I do my applique with silk, and you cannot see where I appliqued. It's very, very small. I have very small stitches. I gave the 12-inch block that you see in the video to my block exchange, and the lady could not figure out how I put it on there. And I thought it was kind of funny because, I mean, you can see it on some of these, but I don't know, I guess maybe she'd never seen anybody applique like that before. But I do use silk, and sometimes you can't see it depending on the fabric. Now, also I did not mention in the video is that all of these seams are pressed open, and when you're sewing these together, you're going to want to start up at this seam right here, so you make sure that these are right on top of each other. Start here and then backstitch and then come back.
Hi, this is Deborah Clutter. I want to talk to you about Dresden plates really quick. This is a block I have never tried before, but I have this ruler that I bought from Missouri Star Quilt Company. Probably when I was in Missouri, we visited the little town of Hamilton and stopped in all the stores. I suppose that's where I got it. I don't remember ordering it, or so I think that's where I got it. Anyway, I decided to use this ruler to see how to make one of these, and I thought it was a lot of fun. I've never made one before, like I said. Now, the thing I didn't like is it took me forever to hand stitch this down. Of course, you don't have to hand stitch it down. You can use your sewing machine, but I do like hand stitching, and I like the way it looks, so I went ahead and did that. And I hand stitched the center down also. So this one I made from a charm square pack. I used the 4.5-inch line on this ruler, and I made a 12-inch block. Super easy, a lot of fun. I went ahead and made this one out of some scrap that I had. Has cute little puppy dogs in it. And then I thought, well, I could probably make a pattern that everybody can use and they don't have to have a ruler. And I wanted one that kind of looked like a flower. So I went ahead and drafted this pattern. This one only has 10 plates or petals or whatever you want to call these things. And I decided to use a curved edge on them. This is super easy to make. It's not really hard. It's not even hard to do the curve. So if you want to see how this is done, go ahead and watch my video and download my pattern. It's all for free. And this is a 12-inch block. So I hope you enjoy this video. Thank you.
I'm going to be making myself a Dresden that looks like a flower. So I made myself some templates because this one is only going to have 10 blades in it. So I made these templates to be able to cut the blades without having to have a ruler. So what I'm going to do is take these and glue them down on my fabric. So my fabric is I cut 2 pieces that are 4¼ inches wide. And then I couldn't print this without splitting it, so that's why it's like this. All right, and just glue it down like that. And then I'm just going to take a regular ruler and I think I want to turn it around and then line up the ruler next to the template and slice that one off. And that is going to be discarded. We don't need that. And then I'm just going to cut the line where it's at. And I should get 2 at a time. So it's going to be different fabric for each blade. I think that's what you call the different spokes in the Dresden. I don't know for sure. So it's pretty easy to do this if you have a little paper template. Obviously my fabric is flying away here. Thought it was the paper, but it's the fabric. Actually, this is almost easier than doing it with a ruler. All right, so there we go. We should have 5 of each color. I'll just take the paper off. Don't want to put too much glue on it either, because then it'll get all over your fabric. All right. Here we go. That's going to be what it's going to look like. I'm also going to cut some fabric. I don't know what I'm going to use for the center yet, but I want it to kind of look like a flower. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take this template that I made, and I'm going to draw on the back side of this on each one of these blades around this little template. And then I'm going to take some interfacing and I'm going to cut myself a square. I thought I wrote it on here. I'm going to cut myself a square and then I'm going to sew the interfacing to this. So I went ahead and marked all of these where I'm going to sew with my little template, and I did write the interfacing on the template. And you're going to layer your interfacing, which is just lightweight sew-in interfacing. And then you're just going to layer it, and then you're going to sew from here to there, and then we're going to turn those. Once you have all of these sewn, it's going to look something like this. And so you want to take a pair of pinking shears, which probably work best. You can use just some regular scissors and then just clip around that curve. Then you want to take a pair of little small scissors and clip into that little V right there. Then you can just take the rest of this off. And then you can turn it. I'll pop out your little corner here. Just like that, kind of finger press it and then take it to the iron and finish pressing it. And it should look just like that. And then once you have all those done, then we can start sewing them together. Once you have all your petals ironed, you have to be really careful when you're ironing these. If you're using some kind of polyester interfacing, you want to make sure you trim it off before you iron it, because what happens is it melts and you'll get it all over your iron. Okay, so I'm just going to arrange these and see what it looks like. And I'm missing a couple. All right, I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and sew these together, and I'll see you in a minute. Oh. So I have my petals all sewn together, and I made a center for this. I just took my circle, draw around a piece of fabric, put some interfacing on the back, and I'm just going to pull the interfacing away. This one's a little harder because it's smaller. Make a little clip. And then turn it inside out. And I did use the pinking shears to cut around the circle. Pinking shears come in handy for this kind of stuff. Who knew, huh? Pinking shears and quilting. Okay, I'm just going to use my tool to kind of try to get a round shape out of it. You're going to have to mess with it a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and press that and applique this down on the center before I applique this on the square. I cut myself a 13-inch square. It's better to have it a little bit bigger before you applique your applique on there. And I have it centered, and I'll glue this down after I finish appliquing the middle on, and then I'll glue this on. So I think his nose is pretty much in the center, and then after I'm finished appliquing it, I'll go ahead and trim it to 12.5 inches. And that'll be it. I think it turned out pretty cute. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is the first time I've ever made this. I drafted this pattern this morning, and I thought I'd give it a try. I hope you like this. Maybe you'll give it a try too. Thanks.